All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're strapping in and heading for the skies because Panerai, a brand we all associate with the deep, dark ocean, has just dropped 2 new submersible watches inspired by a super elite group of pilots. So, how exactly does a deep-sea legend learn to fly? Let's take a look. You know, for years and years, when you hear the name Panerai, you instantly picture these big, tough, super luminous watches. And they're on the rests of Italian Navy underwater commandos, right? Their whole reason for being was to make these incredibly precise tools that could handle the insane pressures of the deep sea. That's the legacy. That's what we all know and love.
But get this, Panerai is now shifting its gaze from the sea to the sky. These brand new timepieces are a tribute to a totally different kind of warrior, the pilots of the Aviazione Navale, which is Italy's naval aviation division. I mean, these are guys operating in some of the most demanding conditions you can even imagine.
So, just to be clear, this isn't Panerai abandoning its military history. Not at all. It's more like they're expanding it. They're taking that incredible historic partnership they have with the Marina Militare and using it to honor these high-flying specialists. It's like they're building a bridge from their underwater heritage to a brand new mission in the air. Okay, let's get into the watches themselves because that's what we're here for. We've got 2 new models, the PAM01697 and the PAM01698. And while they definitely share the same soul, their bodies are what set them apart. And it all comes down to the case material. So here's the choice you have to make. On one hand, you've got the PAM01697. It's made from classic brushed 316L steel. It's tough, it feels substantial, and it has this really sharp-looking green ceramic bezel. Then, on the other hand, you have the PAM01698, and this one is made from Carbotech. It's a high-tech composite that just gives it this completely different, almost futuristic vibe. So you're probably asking, what in the world is Carbotech? Well, it's way more than just your standard carbon fiber. What they do is they take these super thin sheets of carbon fiber and compress them with a high-tech polymer called PEEK. The result? A material that's actually lighter than titanium, incredibly strong, and it has this amazing, uneven, matte black grain. And here's the kicker. Because of how it's made, every single watch is visually unique. No two are ever exactly the same. Now, even though the cases are totally different materials, both of these watches are built to the same crazy high professional standard. We're talking 300 meters of water resistance, and Panerai doesn't just say that, they actually test them to 25% beyond that rating, which is just awesome. And both of them have a screw-down case back that's engraved with the Aviazione Navale wings emblem. It's a first for Panerai, and it really cements that shared mission-ready DNA between them. All right, so if the case is the airframe of the plane, then the dial is the cockpit. It's the instrument panel, and it's designed for you to get the info you need instantly, and it is just packed with these cool aviation-inspired details. And I mean, the aviation theme is everywhere you look here. The dial has this grained green finish that fades out to black at the edges, kind of like flight gear or cockpit view. The hour markers are huge, filled with this tactical gray Super-LumiNova so you can see them in low light. But my favorite detail? It has to be the small second subdial over at 9 o'clock. It's designed to look just like a radar screen, and it even has the tiny little anchor insignia of the Aviazione Navale right on it. I mean, what a fantastic touch. Of course, you can't have a high-performance aircraft without a high-performance engine. And powering both of these watches is Panerai's automatic caliber P900. It's a modern, super efficient movement that's really just built for rock-solid reliability. So what does all that technical stuff actually mean for you wearing the watch? Well, that 72-hour power reserve? It means you can take it off on a Friday, leave it on your nightstand all weekend, and it'll still be ticking away on Monday morning. The stop seconds, or hacking feature, that just means you can pull the crown and the second hand stops, so you can set the time with military-level precision, right down to the second. And that Inca block anti-shock system, that's what makes sure this thing can handle the intense G-forces and vibrations a pilot would actually face. And you know, it's probably worth pointing out that this caliber comes from Val-Fleurier. That's the Richemont Group's big movement manufacturing facility. So this P900, it shares its proven, super reliable architecture with movements that are used by other major league brands like IWC and Cartier. So yeah, it's a workhorse you can absolutely trust. Okay, so We've got the case, we've got the dial, we've got the engine. Let's bring it all home and talk about the finishing touches and, yeah, the price tag. So each watch comes on this really cool green canvas strap that just screams military gear. The buckle is perfectly matched to the case, so you get a steel buckle for the steel watch and a stealthy black DLC-coated titanium buckle for that Carbotech model. And they both come with a second black rubber strap in the box, which is perfect if you're actually going to take it diving. All right, let's talk numbers. Let's not beat around the bush. The entry point here is the classic stainless steel model, the PAM01697. That one's going to set you back 12,100 euros. But if you want to step up to that high-tech, super lightweight Carbotech model, the PAM01698, well, the price makes a pretty big jump up to 18,900 euros. So that's a difference of almost 7,000 euros. And that's basically the premium you're paying for that incredible advanced material and the super complex process it takes to make it. So look, as the source material puts it, these are definitely not the most accessible watches out there. We get it. But what they do offer is a really unique story, a bulletproof build, and as this quote says, they have some proper flair. You know, they just stand out from the crowd. And you know, that really just leaves us with one final question. What is a watch like this, really? Is it a professional-grade tool for a pilot? Is it a piece of luxury jewelry? Or is it a wearable tribute to these military heroes? You know, maybe the most compelling thing about it is that it's all three. Thanks for tuning in.